The United States is filled with spooky places, but some states seem to have more ghost stories than others. From haunted houses and creepy forests to eerie old prisons, these states are known for having the most paranormal activity. If you love a good scare, these are the places you'll want to visit or maybe avoid. Number 1. Louisiana, a southern state in the USA, is known for its beautiful bayous, tasty food, and lively music. But there's another side to it. Louisiana is also one of the most haunted places in the country. Ghost stories seem to be everywhere, and there are real reasons why the state has so many spooky tales. One big reason is Louisiana's long and dark history. The state was home to Native American tribes, French and Spanish settlers, enslaved African people, and Civil War battles. With so much pain, struggle, and death, it's no surprise that many believe spirits are still hanging around. One of the most famous haunted places is the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville. It's said to be home to over 10 ghosts. The most well-known is Chloe, a former enslaved woman who was killed after poisoning a family. People say they see her ghost wearing a green turban, and some have even caught her in photos. Another scary spot is the LaLaurie Mansion in New Orleans. It belonged to Madame Delphine LaLaurie, a wealthy woman who was found to be torturing enslaved people in her attic. The house caught fire in 1834, and the horrible secrets were revealed. Since then, people say they hear screams and footsteps, and many believe the souls of the victims are still trapped there. St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 in New Orleans is also filled with ghost stories. The famous voodoo Queen Marie Laveau is buried there. Visitors often leave offerings and claim to feel her presence, especially if they disrespect her tomb. Many of Louisiana's swamps and bayous are said to be haunted too. Stories talk about a ghostly woman called the loup-garou, a shapeshifter that roams the swamps looking for victims. All these stories, mixed with Louisiana's deep cultural traditions like voodoo and spiritual beliefs, make it a place full of mystery. Number 2. Pennsylvania is a state full of rich history, beautiful forests, and old towns. But it's also one of the most haunted states in the USA. Many people believe the state is full of ghosts because of its deep past filled with battles, tragedies, and sorrow. One of the main reasons Pennsylvania is so haunted is because of the American Civil War. The famous Battle of Gettysburg was fought here in 1863. It was one of the bloodiest battles in U.S. history, with over 50,000 soldiers killed, wounded, or missing. Today, people say they see ghost soldiers on the old battlefield, hear cannon fire, and feel cold chills even on warm days. Another haunted place is Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. This old prison was one of the first to use solitary confinement. Many prisoners went insane, and some even died inside its walls. Today, visitors hear whispers, footsteps, and strange voices. Some even claim to see shadowy figures in the empty cells. Centralia, a nearly abandoned town in Pennsylvania, is also full of ghost stories. A coal mine fire has been burning under the town since 1962, causing smoke to rise from the ground and homes to be destroyed. Most people moved away, but some stayed. The empty streets, underground fire, and eerie silence make it feel like a ghost town in every way. The Betsy Ross House in Philadelphia is another spot believed to be haunted. Betsy Ross is said to have sewn the first American flag. Visitors have reported seeing her ghost or hearing her voice late at night. Pennsylvania is also known for its haunted woods. The Seven Gates of Hell, located near York, is a group of gates said to lead to the underworld. Legend says anyone who passes through all seven will disappear forever. With so many battlefields, old prisons, ghost towns, and legends, it's easy to see why Pennsylvania is called one of the most haunted states. Number 3. California is known for its sunny beaches, movie stars, and beautiful mountains. But behind all the glamour, there is a darker side. Many people believe that California is one of the most haunted states in the USA. Ghost stories can be found all across the state, and there are some real reasons behind them. One reason California is so haunted is because of its long and dramatic history. During the gold rush in the 1800s, many people came to California to find riches. But not everyone found gold. Some found danger, sickness, and even death. Many ghost towns were left behind, and some people say the spirits of those miners still wander the land. One famous haunted spot is the Queen Mary ship in Long Beach. This old ocean liner is now a hotel, but it once carried passengers across the Atlantic. During World War II, it was used by the military. People have reported ghost sightings, including a little girl who drowned in the pool and a crew member who died in the engine room. Another spooky place is the Whaley House in San Diego. This house was built in the 1800s and has a dark past. It was once used as a courthouse and a place for public hangings. Visitors say they see shadowy figures, hear footsteps, and feel cold spots in the house. Alcatraz Island, near San Francisco, is also very haunted. It was once a high-security prison that held dangerous criminals. Now, it's a museum, but many people say they still hear voices and screams from the empty cells. California also has haunted hotels like the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, where famous ghosts like Marilyn Monroe are said to appear. Some guests say they've seen her reflection in a mirror or felt her presence in her old room. With its history of gold mining, old prisons, and famous stars, California has many reasons to be haunted. Number 4. Texas is the second largest state in the USA, known for its cowboys, wide-open land, and strong history. But many people also say that Texas is one of the most haunted states in America. With its violent past and deep traditions, there are many ghost stories tied to this big state. One big reason Texas is haunted is because of its history of wars, battles, and old towns. The most famous is the Battle of the Alamo in 1836. It was a fight for Texas independence, and many soldiers died there. People say they still hear gunshots, see shadowy figures, and feel cold air at the Alamo in San Antonio, especially at night. Another haunted place is the Hotel Galvez in Galveston. This grand old hotel has been around since 1911. One famous ghost is the lovelorn lady, who took her own life after thinking her fiancé died at sea. Guests have reported strange noises, flickering lights, and ghostly figures in the halls. The Baker Hotel in Mineral Wells is also full of ghost stories. It opened in the 1920s and was once a fancy hotel with healing springs. Many believe the ghost of a woman who jumped from the top floor still walks the halls. Visitors say they hear whispers, feel sudden chills, and see moving shadows. In Austin, the Driscoll Hotel is known for being haunted too. Built in 1886, it's one of the oldest hotels in Texas. People have seen the ghost of a young girl who fell down the stairs, and even the spirit of Colonel Driscoll, the man who built the hotel. Even the University of Texas has tales of haunted dorm rooms, with lights turning on and off and books falling from shelves on their own. The mix of deep history, old buildings, and tragic events makes it a state where the past never really leaves. Number 5. Massachusetts is a small state with a big history. It's known for its role in early American life, the Salem witch trials, and the American Revolution. With such a deep and sometimes dark past, it's no surprise that Massachusetts is also one of the most haunted states in the USA. Many ghost stories come from old buildings, battlefields, and places with tragic events. One of the most famous haunted spots in the state is Salem. In 1692, the Salem witch trials led to the deaths of 20 people who were accused of being witches. Many believe their spirits still haunt the area. Visitors to Salem say they hear whispers, see shadows, and feel cold spots near old buildings and cemeteries. The Witch House, once home to Judge Jonathan Corwin, is now a museum, and many believe it's haunted. Another haunted place is the Lizzie Borden House in Fall River. In 1892, Lizzie Borden was accused of killing her father and stepmother with an axe. Today, the house is a bed and breakfast, and many guests report strange sounds, footsteps, and even seeing ghostly figures. Boston, the capital of Massachusetts, also has its share of haunted places. The Omni Parker House Hotel is one of the oldest hotels in the city. People say the ghost of the founder, Harvey Parker, still walks the halls. Some guests also report doors opening and closing by themselves and lights flickering. The Hoosick Tunnel, a long train tunnel in western Massachusetts, is another spooky spot. Many workers died building it in the 1800s, and people say their ghosts still linger. Strange voices, footsteps, and lights have been reported by those who visit the tunnel. Massachusetts is also home to old cemeteries, Revolutionary War sites, and historic homes. These places are full of ghost stories passed down for generations. Number 6. New York is known for its big cities, beautiful mountains, and long history. While most people think of New York City, the whole state is full of places with deep stories, and many of them are haunted. From old mansions to battlefields, New York has many ghost tales that still scare people today. One reason New York is so haunted is because it has been home to many important events. It played a big part in the Revolutionary War and the early days of America. With battles, sickness, and tragedies in its past, many people believe some spirits never left. One of the most famous haunted places is the Amityville Horror House on Long Island. In 1974, a man murdered his whole family there. A new family moved in and claimed they saw ghosts, heard voices, and felt evil energy. The story became so famous, it was turned into movies and books. Another spooky place is the Rolling Hills Asylum in East Bethany. This old building once housed the poor, the sick, and the mentally ill. Many people died there over the years. Visitors say they hear screams, footsteps, and even see ghostly figures in the halls. Fort Ontario in Oswego is also known for ghost stories. It was used in several wars, and many soldiers died there. Today, people say they see shadows of soldiers and hear sounds of battle, even though the fort is peaceful now. In New York City, the Merchants House Museum is believed to be haunted by the Treadwell family, who lived there in the 1800s. Visitors report cold spots, flickering lights, and the feeling of being watched. Even Central Park has ghost stories. People have seen the ghost of a lady in white, and some believe she was a bride who died nearby long ago. With its old buildings, tragic past, and famous ghost stories, New York State is full of haunted places. Number 7. Illinois is a state known for its big cities, farmlands, and deep American history. But it also has a spooky side that many people talk about. From old prisons to haunted roads, Illinois is full of ghost stories. The state's long past, including wars, disasters, and crimes, may be why so many believe it is haunted. One of the most famous haunted places in Illinois is the old Joliet prison. This prison opened in 1858 and housed many dangerous criminals. It was also the filming location for the movie The Blues Brothers. People who visit today say they hear voices, footsteps, and see shadows moving through the empty halls. Another creepy place is the Bachelor's Grove Cemetery near Chicago. It's a small, abandoned graveyard with a big reputation for being haunted. Visitors report seeing ghostly figures, floating lights, and even a phantom farmhouse that disappears when you get close. The city of Alton is also called one of the most haunted towns in America. It has many old buildings, including the McPike Mansion, which is believed to be full of spirits. Visitors say they hear voices, see strange mists, and feel cold spots inside the house. Even Chicago has its share of ghost stories. The Congress Plaza Hotel is believed to be one of the most haunted hotels in the state. Guests have reported seeing ghosts, hearing strange sounds, and even feeling like they were being watched. With its mix of crime history, old cemeteries, and mysterious legends, it's no surprise that Illinois is seen as a haunted state. Number 8. Florida is famous for its sunny beaches, theme parks, and palm trees. But many people don't know that it's also one of the most haunted states in the USA. With a long history of wars, pirates, deadly storms, and disease, Florida has plenty of ghost stories that still scare people today. One of the biggest reasons Florida is haunted is because it's very old. It was one of the first places settled by Europeans in the United States. Over the centuries, many battles were fought, lives were lost, and tragedies happened. People believe some spirits from the past never left. One of the most haunted places in Florida is St. Augustine, the oldest city in the U.S. The St. Augustine Lighthouse is a popular ghost spot. People say they hear footsteps, children's laughter, and even see ghosts of the lighthouse keeper's daughters who died in a tragic accident. Another spooky place is the Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp, also known as the psychic capital of the world. This small town was founded by people who believed they could speak to the dead. Many visitors report strange feelings, ghost sightings, and voices from nowhere. The Biltmore Hotel in Coral Gables is another haunted location. It was once a hospital during World War II, and people say the ghost of a mobster who was shot there still haunts the halls. Guests have seen doors open on their own and lights flicker for no reason. In Key West, you can find one of the creepiest haunted objects in the world, Robert the Doll. He sits inside a glass case at the East Martello Museum. People say the doll moves on its own and causes bad luck to anyone who disrespects him. With all its old cities, ghost towns, pirate stories, and scary legends, it's easy to see why Florida is haunted. Number 9. Ohio is a state full of small towns, big cities, and a lot of history. It was once home to Native American tribes, early settlers, and battlefields. With so much happening over the years, many people believe Ohio is one of the most haunted states in the country. One reason Ohio is so haunted is because of its past. There were wars, deadly diseases, mining accidents, and crimes. Many buildings and places still carry the sadness from those events. Some people believe the spirits of those who died never really left. One of the most haunted places in Ohio is the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield. It was a large prison that opened in the 1800s. Many inmates died there, and some were even murdered. Visitors say they hear screaming, footsteps, and doors slamming. It's also where the movie The Shawshank Redemption was filmed. Another scary place is the Moonville Tunnel, deep in the woods of southern Ohio. It was part of a train route, and many people died in accidents there. Today, hikers say they see ghostly lights and hear a ghost train late at night. In Athens, Ohio, there's a group of old cemeteries arranged in a strange pattern. Some believe it forms a pentagram. The town is also home to the Ridges, a former mental hospital. Visitors report ghost sightings, especially near the room where a patient's body was found long after she had passed. Franklin Castle in Cleveland is another haunted spot. This old house has secret rooms and hidden staircases. Over the years, people have reported hearing crying, voices, and doors opening by themselves. Some believe the ghosts of the Tiedemann family, who once lived there, still remain. At Miami University, students tell tales of haunted dorm rooms and ghostly figures walking the halls. With its long history, tragic events, and chilling legends, Ohio has earned its place as one of the most haunted states.